Anthem TV, a free streaming digital community. With a click of a mouse or a tap on your phone, you have instant access to free TV shows, movies on demand, music, pay-per-view events, and so much more. Download Anthem TV on your smartphone, smart TV, or any streaming device and enjoy instant access. Subscribe and download Anthem TV today.
Well, is that us?
Is it?
I think so. What's up, boys?
What it do, baby?
We're back again, and I've talked about this for the last few weeks. Actually, the last several months,
What's this?
where the NFL won't let other teams or leagues have their day.
Especially when something big's going on in my city. That's when I get mad because I got to speak on it.
Right, because it messes up your whole plan.
Yeah,
All the reasons we had to come on today and do a show
yeah.
get shot out the door when we walk in there and sit down.
Breaking
And
news while you're driving through traffic.
Yeah, it's all right. As we get on the show today, for those that watch this thing live, which is only about 2% of you, but we still love you very much because y'all are the ones that are able to give us money. I love our live viewers and watchers because they're the ones that can tip us. Speaking of, if you want to tip the show, you may do so via the miracle that is the super chat. Get on to the chats today and help me and Rudy and Jose stay employed in 2K25. You can also be a part of the Buy Me a Coffee link, which I have no doubt that Jose Buki will launch here in a minute. As we come on today, there is a trade. To hell with the Final Four. We got Cowboy trade news to get into today. How about this? A trade for a quarterback, nonetheless.
A good trade.
Cowboys have traded for Patrick Mahomes. I'm kidding. This is a team that has gotten so effing lucky so much. And this is not talked about enough, Rudy.
Okay.
They are scared to death to draft quarterbacks because they're cheap. And they've been cheap for 2 decades. The Cowboys are cheap. The most valuable franchise in the world is the cheapest team in the league. They are.
That's sad.
And they're scared to death to draft quarterbacks. The owner acts like he's got a big old schlong. He hadn't had a fastball in 25 years. He's just a little old man he's just a little old man now.
Right.
But today, what the Cowboys have done, I have to give them their flowers. Proof that it's not all just negative with the Cowboys. They have a trade today, which we need to get into. It is episode number 299. It's in the building from the Texas Cheer Studios at Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas, with Rudy and Taylor. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet.
So show 300s on a Friday?
Tomorrow was our 300th show.
Interesting.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We should just talk about us.
We should.
Not that I don't do that every day.
That's what I was going to say.
We'll thank members and stuff. Maybe a big giveaway or something.
Okay.
So the Cowboys, though, they get lucky with Tony Romo. The only reason why he's even on the team is because Sean Payton goes to Bill Parcells and he's like, hey, man, I got this kid that went to my alma mater. I know his mother. He was like D3 All-America. Can we give him a training camp invitation for funsies?
Yeah.
So Parcells is like, whatever. I could use bodies in summer, whatever. And it's Tony Romo, And then you fast forward toward the end of Romo's career, and they're like, well, Romo's deteriorating. He can't play more than 4 or 5 games in a row without tweaking the back. So let's draft a quarterback. But no, let's not draft one high. Let's get one of the middle rounds where it's safe.
4th.
And let's get a guy that everybody's passed on and just take a flyer on this kid, Dak Prescott. Dakota, who's from Shreveport. Played in the SEC. All right, fine. He's a 4th-round talent. Maybe he can back up Romo. Maybe. And it's freaking Dak. Well, today, is it possible the Cowboys just traded for their future starting quarterback? That could be the case. Maybe. Maybe. The Cowboys today have traded a late-round draft pick per Ian Rappaport. And it must be done because he's already been his.
Was it Shefty or Rappaport?
I think it was Rapp.
Okay,
it was
cool.
Ian Rappaport.
Okay.
And it must be true because Joe Milton's Wikipedia page already says he's a Cowboy. The Cowboys have traded a late round pick. I've not seen what number draft pick it is for young. Oh, I call him young. He's 25.
Well, he was one of those older college kids.
Yeah. And bounced around. Joe Milton was at Michigan for a couple of years, couldn't break through in the starting lineup. Transfers to Tennessee and leads the Vols to an 11-2 record in the SEC, man.
He has a cannon.
Cannon. And he gets – so the Patriots take him, but they've got that Drake May, and Drake May kind of solidified himself as the starter last year. The Patriots may live to rue the day they do this.
Right.
So they're going to go with Drake May. So that meant that Milton didn't want to be there, and they did him a solid. And they bring in Josh Dobbs, the journeyman, back up Drake May. And so the world's worst kept secret was New England's been looking to shop Joe Milton. And today, the Cowboys trade for Joe Milton. How about that? They have not only do they have a backup now, dare I say, a kid that has an opportunity. Not saying he's going to be a Pro Bowler, but I don't hate this kid. He's a 25-year-old 1-year player.
Right.
He's got tools, and as Rudy says, he's got a cannon. And went 11-2 in the SEC, man, and showed that he at least showed enough last year because I think he got a start or two. He showed that he can play in the league. He can play.
The one game he played, he got a W.
Yep.
22 of 29.
Yep.
76% completion percentage, 241 yards, 1 tutty, no INTs. And it was against the Buffalo Bills.
Late in the season, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so he went out there and was competitive. God knows that Trey Lance was not competitive.
6'5", 240.
Yeah, and he's cheaper and younger than Cooper Rush. So at the very worst, you just got yourself not a young kid, a 25-year-old dude with a lot of miles left on his car to at the very least become a solid backup now for Dak Prescott, who can't seem to string 2 seasons together anymore without missing significant time.
I'll say this. He's cheap. Only thing I'll say right now that's a good thing, he's much cheaper than Cooper Rush. But Cooper Rush, I don't know if he's going to be better than Cooper Rush. The chat's asking, is he the next Trey Lance? We don't know.
No way. He's already proven he's better than Trey Lance.
Really?
Fuck yeah. Trey Lance is dog shit. Trey Lance is KP. There's a reason
That's a
why
low bar.
There's a reason why Trey Lance is getting ready to sign with the Saskatchewan Horse Riders or whatever it is. Trey Lance is terrible.
Yeah, he was.
This kid's not terrible. I like Joe Milton. I like him. I do. I mean, again, at least at the very worst, he's Cooper Rush, right? Which is fine.
Does this piss off your franchise quarterback? Does this feel
No.
threatening?
If it does, and I don't want him on the team.
Well, Tom was a 79-time champion and hated that they drafted Jimmy Garoppolo second round. So much so, he was so good looking and so much of a threat. Tom went up to the office and told his daddy trade him.
Yeah, but Tom Brady has an ego the size of the Charles Barkley blimp currently hovering over the downtown area of San Antonio, Texas. And I don't blame Tom Brady. And then, of course, Brady leaves and goes and wins a title with Tampa Bay after they trade Garoppolo. So whatever. Tom was being an asshole. But at that point, though, when you've won 7 titles, aren't you kind of allowed to do what you want? Dak
Yeah.
Prescott can't get his ass out of mid-January. He ain't allowed to get butthurt.
Okay.
I would have brought in somebody to compete for the job with Dak Prescott 4 years ago, but that's just me.
I would have also.
You damn right. So I don't give a shit if this hurts Dak Prescott's feelings at all. Matter of fact, I hope it does motivate him. I hope it pisses him off or it motivates him to stay healthy, although you can't control that. So
I got to see him in real time.
It's a rare moment where I am on here this morning telling you that I am in favor of what the Cowboys just did. Mark the tape because this is a rare moment for me.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Well, in the year and 4 months that we've been on air, this is the first time you've said something positive about them.
That's not true.
So this is a rare.
It can't be true. In a year and a half, we've been working together. 299 shows in. You don't recall me saying one positive thing about them?
Now, I've heard you say a thing or two about a certain player. Like, this guy, you know what? I like him. I like
you mean
this
the
guy.
organization?
The organization, this is the first.
Whoa, this could – wow. All right, well, again, mark the tape.
Yeah,
because it ain't
the tape.
It
Exactly.
might be 299 more shows before I say something about the Cowboys as an organization. I said yesterday that Woody Johnson's worse than Jerry. Is that a backhanded compliment?
You did.
She's a shorter little person. You can't say maybe
you're the best on the bad team.
Can't say it.
He's Sean Lee.
Jeez.
I like it. I don't even,
I like it. That's it. I like it.
You need a backup because Dak has, been injury prone.
Right.
He's been injury prone and he hasn't been the same since his leg popped out of the skin a few years back. 2020? So 5 years ago. He hasn't been the same.
Nope.
Has no wheels.
Nope.
And here and there he tweaks something or so, and you need a backup that's cheap.
Yeah, you do.
Because Cooper, we went and saw Cooper got some decent backup money. You don't want to pay him. You don't want to pay a backup that. So we'll see. I agree, fellas. Time will tell if once he's in real action. But I'll say this, let's say they run him out there a few preseason games. The thing that's going to chap our asses, if he goes out there in the preseason games that Dak doesn't play and he looks great, then I got to deal with a whole year because this is Romo and Dak have managed to divide Cowboy Nation. Romo was always divisive and polarizing. Dak has been the same outside of his rookie year. Outside of his rookie year, half the Cowboy Nation defends him at all costs. And the other half is like, dude, this dude sucks. We're never going to win with him. And it was the same with Romo. So because we have that situation, if Milton looks good in preseason, we're going to have to deal with this shit all year long. Why is still running Dak out there? Well, one, they're paying him $1 billion. But two, he's Dak Prescott and he's won playoff game. But he looks anywhere near decent, Mike. That first couple games, Dak struggles. The half that hate Dak are going to be calling for Milton. So that's the only problem with the signing like this. The backup quarterback, you said this, I said this, everybody that does radio and media says this. The most popular guy in a football locker room when you have a quarterback that's mediocre is the backup. He's the most popular guy in the room.
And see, I had hoped that Trey Lance would have been that guy where we start calling for him.
I thought there was a chance.
Because he did have first-round talent. I trust the 49ers. Not everybody's perfect. And a lot of the reason why Trey Lance has turned out to be a bust is on him. He did have first-round talent. Now, he wasn't worth those 3 ones that the 49ers traded to get up and get him, but he had first-round talent. The problem that what I worried about with Trey Lance was he played in a shitty conference. He's from Minnesota, and then played. Where did he go to college? North Dakota State. And I know that they're good. They beat a bunch of farm schools.
Right.
What I like about Joe Milton is he played in you know where he played, don't you, Rudy? Well, Joe Milton from big Southern John Plantation country.
He played in the same place as Dak.
He's a Southern boy from Florida who played in the SEC.
Yes, he did.
That's right. And no one's shitting on Dak. Dak's had a solid career. I mean, there's a reason why he's been a starter in the league this long. But as you mentioned, the backup being the most popular guy.
Always.
We have now gotten to that point, though, where Dak's done nothing to exempt himself from being questioned,
right.
And especially on the reasons you just said. We're at year 9 now with Dak? Year 9 already? Multiple catastrophic injuries here. Regression, even in some areas. He is an old man. He is long in the teeth. He is north of, what is Dak, 32, 33, 34 now, something like that?
That's young in today's game.
But not when you're Dak Prescott and you've got rods and reels for a foot, and you can't run more than 10 yards without getting hurt. He got hurt last year just dropping back.
Yeah.
You know? It's to the point in his career. It didn't matter if Dak had won 5 world championships, right? Tom Brady had not regressed when Tom got pissed off over the Jimmy Garoppolo trade. Tom was still an all-pro.
Oh, no, he was still the best in the world.
Sure.
Still the best in the world.
And it proved it when he went to Tampa Bay and won another chip. Dak Prescott is not that. Dak should not have. Now, again, let me preface all this Cowboys talk with, don't forget, just because we tell you how things are, that doesn't mean that's how they're going to do it. Because that organization, let me get back to being negative, that organization doesn't know its own ass from a hole in the wall because they're run by a clan of family. They don't know what the hell they're doing, and they're prideful. Dak should absolutely start getting questioned if they're struggling this season, and he's struggling, and the kid Joe Milton is showing that he can play. There's no reason why we cannot have a quarterback controversy. And if it comes that it's obvious that Milton winds up just simply being the better option, there absolutely ought to be fans bitching and screaming, because then it's on the team to have the balls to replace Dak Prescott. And that's something we've not seen them ever have. They didn't replace Tony Romo with Dak Prescott. Tony Romo got hurt.
And Dak went
Dak
4-0
had to
preseason.
And then and Romo wasn't ready yet. And so Dak plays and played great. And by the time we get Romo healthy again, that's when Romo calls his own press conference. Didn't even tell Jason Garrett. Garrett's like, what the fuck's going on down the hall? What's Romo doing? Romo calls his own press conference to announce to the media and the fans, I've decided that I'm not going to be the starter. We got too much magic here with Dak.
Right.
And Garrett was so pissed off because he usurped Garrett's power, which that's just more Cowboys dysfunction. Point I'm making in all this is that you bet your ass it's time to call for Dak's replacement. And by the way, it may not be Joe Milton. It may be the Cowboys go 2-15 this year and it's Arch Manning next year. I don't know. I'm just saying. There's of all the starters in the league, Dak Prescott's the last sumbitch that starts that has any that should be in there. They ought to be able to have the power to say, no, I'm the guy till I'm dead. Bullshit. He's not earned that. He's earned the starting job. He's not earned the right to have the starting job till he dies, No,
that's
time.
Fair. That's fair.
It's time to start phasing him out, whether it's with this kid here they traded for today or somebody in the near future, because the time is nigh.
But if he's ever benched, it's not going to be Shoddy's call.
Of course not. They don't. Of course not.
So that's the thing. Like when Sean Payton went to Denver and Russell Wilson was there, even though Denver had paid him a buttload of money, Sean Payton was the one that ultimately cursed his ass out and benched him. So Brian Schottenheimer doesn't have that type of power. Dak Prescott still moves the needle. Dak Prescott still makes them a lot of money.
Right.
So the problem is like, okay, yeah, you gotta maybe, and that maybe is in all caps. Maybe you have some guy that can be the future, but that decision ultimately won't lie on the head coach. That decision will lie on Jerry, no matter how bad it gets.
Jason's in here in the building on the chat calling me a hypocrite. It's like,
why?
Taylor, you act like you always make everything about you. The Cowboys are simply making everything about them. It's a good point.
That is a great point, Jay. We got some money in here too. Go scroll back up.
I ain't hating on it. I'm not hating on it. I'm just pointing it out how funny. And the NFL's the same way. They don't let the NBA have their day. They don't let the Final Four happen. What the fuck's going on there in San Antonio? Go ahead and make that Milton trade. Go ahead and make it the Thursday before the Final Four. I know, right? And they could have waited until Tuesday.
No, make it about you, baby.
This could have been Tuesday, but no.
They used to do it during Super Bowl week.
Absolutely. So, and I think James Moreno makes a good point too in the chat. I am not going to get mad at them this year. I just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
That's where I will get mad, when they don't entertain me. And last season, forget all of the dysfunction, even though it's a product of the dysfunction. The team was terrible and boring, and everybody got hurt, and they were going through the motions. Nothing about Cowboys football after about week 4 was entertaining in the least. So you're right about that, Moreno. the bottom line is just entertain me. At least the Cowboys were always good for entertainment value, even when I knew they were never going to win the title. Last year, they were boring as hell. So if I can't get a good football team, at least entertain me, which is what we're getting maybe with this trade. Maybe if it turns into a quarterback controversy, at least there's some sex. And the
Sure.
Cowboys like sex. They enjoy that.
We all do.
Well, I don't mean literally.
Oh,
I mean,
gotcha.
the Joneses do. I mean, we all do, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, Jerry he enjoys sex so much he makes babies in the locker room of airports. That's how much he likes sex. But he also likes the entertainment and the sexiness of being the reality show of pro sports. All right, who gave us money?
James Moreno.
Who opened it up today? Who needs to jump on? Oh, is it Jimmy Moreno? What's up, Holmes? Thank you, man. Watching from the home state of the Dukies and missing San Antonio.
So he's in Cackalack.
Yeah, North Carolina. All right. It is in the building. We have this Cowboys trade. Couple more points on that. We'll move on. Welcome in here. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, please subscribe and share and like it. I found out this week that likes is what puts us into the algorithm and will get us
And
more.
the algorithm is everything in this world we live in.
Correct. So part of how we get ratings, so to speak, now that we're doing this digital world, is likes. And I would have been pimping likes all this time had I known. I'm an old man. I'm sorry. But I finally saw Jesus this week when it comes to this, Rudy. And so henceforth, you're going to hear me promote likes too. Now, I want you to subscribe. It's absolutely free to do so. But then like every show.
Yes.
The more y'all like this thing, the more it gets puffed into the interwebs all over the country. And we show up in people's algorithms, and that's how we're going to get discovered and get richer and get fatter and get hungrier and get more happy.
All that shit.
So thank you for the $4.99, homie.
Thank you.
Shout out to everybody that watches this show outside of the state of Texas, which we have more and more slowly building that. And so I'm happy about that. All right, what else today? Show brought to you in part by Lone Star Nano Services. A lot of times people think, man, I'm probably going to have to replace my roof. And so they go get a roofing company.
Not so fast.
But there's very oftentimes where maybe you've got some weather damage, but you don't have to replace the roof outright. Also, this is a preemptive thing too. Don't let your roof turn ugly. If you have an asphalt roof to your home and you're a homeowner, get my boys at Lone Star Nano to come out there and take a look at your roof. They're not going to come. They're not going to BS you. No conjecture, just facts. If you need a new roof, they're going to tell you. Because here's the thing: if they treat your roof and it falls in, then it makes them look bad. So they're going to be honest. But most roofs just need to be treated and prevent bad weather from ruining your roof earlier. My boys at Lone Star Nano, they can preserve the life of your roof by up to 15 years, which will save you a hell of a lot of money. In the long run, it is Lone Star Nano Services. DM me directly if you're interested in having these guys come out for a free inspection of your roof. All right.
Now, he may take some time to get to his DM. Mike doesn't keep his phone up his ass like normal Americans.
But I'm throwing this out here, so I'm gonna scan it 2 or 3 times a day. But you're right. Otherwise, no, I don't check my DMs that often. But because I'm inviting folks into the DM to talk about Lone Star Nano, I promise, Rudy, that's a good point.
I'm just saying.
No, I get
be
it.
Patient. Be patient.
Yes. No, what I don't know. They're going to DM me. That means they want something done now. I promise I'll check all my DMs, at least for the Lone Star Nano DMs. I'll skim my stuff each and every day to figure it out. In the Building Radio comes down tonight. Y'all want to hear us on the radio? 6 o'clock start on
today?
KLMO. It's Thursday.
It's his Thursday.
If you're watching us live every Thursday night at 6 o'clock, it's in the Building Radio live in San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Victoria, Uvalde, and El Paso, and on 2 different Roku stations. And if you're a member of In the Building, you can watch our show tonight on the channel, which we invite you to do so. We run all of our radio shows that we do on KLMO on the members only platform of Love You Hard TV on YouTube. So be a part of that. So get ready for that tonight. It's In the Building Radio for members only and everybody else. Be a part of this show, man. We get ready to take off, Rudy.
Yeah,
more so than normal.
Phone been going crazy the last couple of days in a good way. In a good way.
Yeah, we're a late and big time show. I mean, people know who we are in San Antonio, but it's time to branch out, sir.
Yes.
And with things going on behind the scenes and with the Final Four being in town, and I'm just a little more hyped this week because of the Final
Of
Four.
course, you should be.
You know,
Everybody
feeling-
in San Antonio should
Yeah, I'm
be.
feeling good about our future as a company. So we're a little late in San Antonio show, but we need to get discovered, which is why I'm asking y'all to share this thing as much as you possibly can. Okay. The Cowboys, people have speculated that they might draft a quarterback in the mid rounds, maybe in this draft. With Joe Milton now on board, I guess that means they're not going to draft a quarterback, or should you anyway? Why stop at Joe Milton? Again, if you realize that you need to phase out Dak, why not take a flyer on another guy? Why not? Big sigh. It's a big sigh.
I need to. I had to sit down with my salary cap gurus and see if it makes sense. I may need a
GPT.
I may need a right guard. I may need another linebacker. I may need a safety. You know, so I think in principle, it makes total sense, Mike. It makes total sense. Get you a guy, coach him up, see where he's at in a couple years.
Yep.
4th, 5th round guy. I don't have a problem with that. But it also depends on where we're thin. If we're more thin in the trenches, then middle round, I'm going trenches, because trenches are where Super Bowls are won.
Oh,
ask
100.
the Philadelphia Eagles, ask the Kansas City Chiefs, who let Tyreek Hill walk in order to get better in the trenches. So just depends on what we're looking at. But I think I would do it if I'm not thin everywhere else, for sure. Hell yeah, I'd do it.
Absolutely. And I'm with you on that when it comes to the draft. 99 times out of 100, you take the best lineman, offensive or defensive,
Always.
whatever it is.
Always.
Either side. Who's the best current offensive lineman or defensive lineman available? We draft that kid.
Always.
Unless we got Dak Prescott and Joe Milton quarterback, and maybe we take a flyer on. Like at this point now with Joe Milton, like I wouldn't, if they drafted Quinn Ewers in the 3rd round, if he were to slip that far, if Quinn Ewers is sitting there in your Dallas in the 3rd round,
In the 3rd?
do you do it?
In the 3rd?
Because he won't be there in the
5th. In NFL, 3rd to me is still premium real estate.
Yes, sir. Once more, a long sigh.
I'd do it.
Absolutely. And again,
and you ain't even crazy about Quinn, but you do it in 3rd.
In the 3rd round, when I know I have Dak and Joe Milton and I can develop Quinn Ewers, I'm more apt to take him, because then maybe Joe Milton outplays him anyway. Quinn, I mean.
Right.
Dude, I come from that school, like the Green Bay Packers. The Packers don't give a shit. They just draft quarterbacks if they have a chance to get a good one.
Mm-hmm.
They drafted Aaron Rodgers, and he set for how long? 3 years?
Yeah, behind Brett, yeah.
And they draft Rodgers in the middle of Favre's prime. And then they get Rodgers, and while Rodgers is still in the back end of his prime, they still draft Jordan Love. Now, did it piss off Rodgers? A little bit, but we all know about it. The whole world knows what a dick Aaron Rodgers is now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The Packers, they pump their best. Let me rephrase that. The Packers take care. The Packers invest in the most important position in all of sports, and that is the starting quarterback of a football team. They don't get, well, we can't take him because it'll hurt Dak Prescott's feelings. Bullshit. Had Dak been drafted by the Packers, they would have drafted 2 or 3 quarterbacks by now, as inconsistent as Dak's been.
Absolutely.
And if Dak don't like it, tough titties.
Yeah, he's not good enough to get mad.
That's the school that I want to come from when it comes to running my football team. All right. Rudy brought something to my attention this morning while I was on the way to work. Let's get into this. There's a barbecue fundraiser that we want to bring to y'all's attention today. And there's a connection to our big barbecue, as I understand. Rudy, what's up with this? Tell me about this thing.
Yeah,
I was in the car. I'm sorry, man. I didn't get a chance to read the email.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Good buddy of mine. Hugh, been a Texas Cheer Liquor supporter for 11 years, as long as AD's been over there at store location number 1. Well, my man Dan, he's already lost 2 sons, Jordan and Andrew, who were both born with muscular dystrophy.
Jeez.
Well, now their caretaker, I want to make sure I get this guy's name right, John Bednarik.
Bednarik,
Bednarik, yeah.
Like the great Chuck Bednarik.
Together. Yeah, this January, John developed an infection in his heart. He needed 2 valve replacements, fighting for his life on full life support for 2 months. Similarities between what Jordan had gone through in 2019. Fortunately, John, he is still with us, but is on a long road to recovery. He's a salesman at Caliente Harley, but he's unable to work. His wife, Jessica, cares for John and does DoorDash when she can. They both lived with them in 2023 until they bought their own home. And on the 5th of April, which is this Saturday, they're going to be having a plate sale to help John and Jess the best that they can. It would be great if our team, Thunderdome, in the building, could, give them some support. So there's the link right there. Y'all want to click those QR codes. If you can't make it out to, get a plate, you just want to donate. You know how everybody's had a situation where you got a hospital bill that even with the best insurance in the world, you can't afford it, especially when you're talking about a surgery of that magnitude. And then you're talking about the person can't work. So let's help Dan and John out the best we can, as only Thunderdome can. This Saturday, April 5th, $15. All the information is right there. Texas Spirits Saloon is where you can go and pick up that plate. You got some time. And again, if you don't have time, you got a couple extra bucks. Anything helps. That's why the Cash App is right there.
Cool.
Even if it's $1, $2, $100, whatever you can do to help these good people. These are good people. And my man Dan, who, like I said, has been supporting Texas Cheer Liquor since it opened. His daughter's fiance is a part of the Meat Slingers who are participating in Mike's barbecue for the Salvation Army. So I had no idea. He was listening to the show yesterday, texted me, said, man, my son-in-law, soon to be son-in-law, is a part of one of the barbecue teams in Mike's thing. So
okay, cool.
The universe kind of brought us together without even knowing, like, with all this going on. Been talking to Dan for a couple months about what his son's caretaker is going through. So if you can find it, a few dollars extra in your pocket, go ahead and help that family out. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated.
There's another connection, kind of. Just because we have the biggest little city in America.
Right.
Caliente Harley. That's where I got body slam one time.
That's right.
And that's where I decided to lose weight because there's a picture of me out there on the internets.
Right.
Laying on my back all spread open because I just got body slammed by a professional wrestler.
I remember that.
And my t-shirt was up over my gut. I looked like dead Pablo Escobar. Laying there. You see those pictures of Pablo Escobar dead on the roof when they shot him? Yeah. I looked like dead Pablo Escobar laying there with my big old gut, my floppy hair everywhere.
Yeah.
God almighty. All right. So support this. This is a dude who indirectly has an involvement with us.
Well. Yeah.
I am too. So I appreciate you bringing that to our attention, man. Thank you. All right. What else today? Speaking of barbecue, I will be selling tickets tomorrow. Gosh, that's tomorrow. Let me show everybody this hoodie.
We're going to give away or what?
Yes, sir. We'll just make this the Texas Cheer Live spot, Jose. All right. This part of the show brought to you by Texas Cheer Liquor. I'm going to be at location number 8 tomorrow.
Which is 410 and Military.
Yes, sir.
Next to that huge academy.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times before. I'm going to be at Texas Cheer Liquor tomorrow in San Antonio, 410 and Military, as Rudy said, from 2 to 3 in the afternoon time. So if you have a chance to steal away over there, come over. Or hit me up on DM, because I'm doing a better job of looking at my messages. Don't talk. No, you're right, though. DM me if you can't make it tomorrow and say, hey, man, I do want to buy tickets. Reserve me a couple and reserve me a hoodie. I want to give away this hoodie. This is a Shinerbach hunting hoodie. How cool that is.
It's fire.
I love this, dude. This is great.
Shout out to Pub Sports for hooking us up.
It's got the Shiner logo on the chest. It's in, I know it's getting hot, but hell, these kids wear hoodies all year round these days.
And it's a good hunting hoodie.
Yeah, come buy at least one ticket. I'm going to give you a hoodie. I'm going to have a whole stack of these at Texas Cheer Liquor tomorrow from 2 to 3. The number 8 location, 410 and Military. Come see me. It's one of the, for those of you that know the geography of the city, you can tell which one's ours. It's the innermost city there, that gold star there closest to where it says San Antonio.
Right.
That's me. I will be there tomorrow from 2 to 3. If you buy a ticket, you get a hoodie. So it's a hoodie giveaway. And, of course, while you're in Texas Cheer, buy something, and it's 5% off when you mention In the Building, the official liquor store. It's our hoodies and barbecue day tomorrow at Texas Cheer Liquor. All right. What else today? Shiloh Sanders. Have you seen the Shiloh stuff?
The safety?
Yeah, not Shador, Shiloh.
What happened?
It requires, it's never a good thing when Uncle Mike brings you
got
up
the
on the
readers
podcast.
I'm telling you, we need to sell In the Building readers. They would go viral.
It's never good when Uncle Mike talks about you, and it requires the readers. That means that there's a lot of information that needs to be gotten. He is struggling with money. You would
How?
not think this.
Well, Dion is known to be very, 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 very frugal, and is, even though it may seem like they're silver spoon kids, they say it's like pulling teeth getting money from pops.
Apparently,
Ran through that NIL bag or what?
Shiloh befriended this guy who was, I think, a janitor in his high school.
Oh, damn. Oh, yes.
A
Okay.
few years back. They got really tight, and Shiloh somehow wound up signing some sort of paperwork that basically made this janitor buddy of his a benefactor in his stuff. I don't know the details of the business agreement that they had.
Then didn't Shiloh kick his ass or something?
And then something bad happened, and
thought
Shiloh
Shiloh
got
put
mad
hands
and
on
like
him.
put hands on him,
Yeah.
and it got real weird, and the guy was going to sue, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what all the background is, but Shiloh denies the physicality part of it, but the guy has sued the shit out of him, and Shiloh lost in court to this guy. So
What? How much money we talking about?
back to the readers. This is in USA today. Colorado safety Shiloh Sanders has not kept up payments on his 2023 Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz has issued a recall on Shiloh Sanders' car.
Damn.
It's going to get repoed. Shiloh filed for bankruptcy in 2023. This is a 20-year-old kid, by the way, Rudy, 21.
Well,
He is $11 million in debt. $11 million
well,
in debt at 21.
yeah, I'm calling bullshit. This is what people do to avoid paying lawsuits. I think this is, I've seen billionaires, millionaires, etc. do this for decades. Like somebody suing me,
Ex-wives.
I'm calling bullshit. And hey, you know what? I'm broke. I'm filing for bankruptcy. So
Yeah.
trust me. Look, I know Dion is a tightwad, but he ain't letting his son go $11 million in debt. They don't want to pay the janitor man that tricked Shiloh
All right.
into giving him, complete control of his finances or
Dude.
whatever the hell happened. So I'm calling bullshit on the bankruptcy. $11 million. Get the out of here.
Shiloh owes $7,000 on the car. The car is only worth $97,000, but he has an outstanding balance of $97,239. So he's upside down on the car by over 100%. As Rudy mentioned, he filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy, probably to get out of paying this guy he beat up.
Hell yeah, that's what he's doing.
But he don't have any money, so he can't even pay for the car now, too. So not only is he doesn't even have money to pay for his car.
Bullshit, Mike.
I mean, he's probably living with Dad.
Mike,
Total bullshit?
You total bullshit, bro.
Well, it's a bad look.
And not
dude.
only that, it's a bad look, but at the same time, our president's been bankrupt 30 times.
All right. And
I mean, what does that even mean?
yeah, but
What does bankruptcy even mean?
But he wasn't 21 when he went bankrupt the first time.
He ain't, dude.
This
He ain't,
kid's,
they ain't broke.
dude.
I'm
All
calling
right.
bullshit.
So here's the details.
Okay,
on
go
this.
ahead.
So this bankruptcy case stems from an incident 10 years ago when Shiloh
Dang.
was 15.
What was he in high school?
15. Yeah, he's 15 years old. So he's 25 now.
Okay.
24.
Damn, he's old.
So this guy, his last name is Darjean, says that Shiloh Sanders caused him severe and permanent injuries as he tried to confiscate his phone at school. Shiloh was only 15 years old at the time, said he acted in self-defense, and that Darjean was the aggressor. So what happened? I tried to confiscate the phone.
Oh,
Right.
gotcha.
So I was wrong about the business partner thing. I don't know why that was in my head.
It's all good.
So it's a janitor that he whooped his ass because he tried to take his phone away from him. That's what it is. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's how it went. Golly, dude.
Hell, I don't know their finances. Who knows? But I'm just saying, I've just seen this play before with people getting sued.
Oh, I don't have any money. Sorry, bankrupt.
Yeah, I see guys, I know, yeah. But who knows? I don't know these guys' finances.
Here's the other thing. It does sound like Shiloh may have gotten screwed too, because, okay, if I kick your ass and you sue me, how you going to get $11 million agreement in the lawsuit? Okay, fine. Medical damages. Okay,
Yeah.
$4,000 or $5,000. Maybe some mental anguish. Okay, maybe another $10,000. You shouldn't have to give somebody more
No,
than
11 million.
$10,000.
Not for a 1v1 while
No.
I'm 15.
I mean, I would let you beat me up for $5,000. If I say, okay, Rudy's gonna beat your ass up, but you're gonna get $5K, I'd do it. I need the money.
Yeah. I'd let a celebrity punch me in the face for a few mil for sure. A lot of people do that. Well, remember the guy got his ass kicked by Mike Tyson on the plane and didn't get shit.
Well, that guy had it coming though.
Yeah.
That guy had it coming.
Emma Stone could punch me in the face and I'd thank her.
Who's
Okay,
Emma Stone?
that has nothing. That's some redheaded actress. That's just such a random drop in by Buki. Hello, Buki. How you doing today? He's all quiet over there.
I'm doing all right. You guys
Okay,
are talking
good.
about celebrities punching you guys in the face. And I
Uh-huh.
just thought,
Oh, I've always wanted to get hit by a celebrity.
Andrew Garfield could punch me in the face and I'd thank him too.
Any celebrity. I don't care if it's Tim Duncan. I'm gonna get paid.
I wouldn't sue him.
Played
I just-
Spider-Man.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd let Spider-Man punch me in the face.
Do you ever watch movies that have white people in them?
no, I watch him. I don't know people's governments.
Oh, the government.
I know what they played.
The
in.
dude from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, oh, yeah.
Oh my God. I would love to get socked up by a celebrity.
Yeah.
Dude,
Good times.
please. I've told my kids, if you ever run into a famous person and they assault you, don't fight back. Just lay down.
No,
Just
you lay down.
Just lay down. Oh my God.
Yes.
You know, remember when Rodman kicked the camera guy years ago? Dennis, one time,
he got
Dennis,
took out on the stretcher. He was
Yeah,
smart.
the camera guy.
Genius. Genius.
And I'll never forget the replay either. So if you go back and look at this, probably on YouTube, I'm sure. Dennis goes flying into the baseline, goes into all the camera guys, which are way too fucking close to the court anyway. Those camera guys shouldn't have that much access. Rodman goes flying into the crowd, and he runs into the guy's camera, and like it nailed him on the arm, and Rodman just kind of
He got
reacted
pissed.
in anger, and he didn't kick him. He what do you call it? It's not a
Mush.
kick. It's you mushed
a
him.
mush with the
He
foot.
foot mushed him
Foot mushed him.
like in the leg, and the camera guy at first was like about to bow up, and then the camera guy in 1 second is like, wait, don't bow up. The camera guy's like,
Die.
huh.
Just die.
All of a
Play
sudden,
dead.
he just melts in the chair like, you look like
Genius.
Stephen Hawking.
Genius.
Oh my God. Somebody call an ambulance.
Yeah.
I just lost all feeling in my toes.
Yeah. Genius.
And-
Genius
and,
bit.
And Rodman cut him a check.
Had to.
I had a buddy who ran a camera. He worked for KDFW TV in Dallas named Larry Hernandez. Larry Hernandez? I haven't talked to Larry Ramirez. Larry Ramirez was his
Okay.
name. I get my Mexicans mixed up.
Hernandez Ramirez. All
It
the
was,
same.
there was Larry Ramirez. He was a
Same.
longtime camera guy. This is 25 years ago. He's in the dugout. He's filming Kenny Rogers, former Rangers pitcher. Kenny got pissed because the camera was too close to his face. And Kenny, this is those big ass cameraman, TV cameraman cameras. The guy reaches out, Kenny Rogers does, grabs the lens and like shoves Larry back. And Larry was a small guy. He's got this big ass camera. And so when he shoves Larry back like this, right, it put all the weight of the camera on Larry's spine and Larry fell backwards. And Larry's like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Larry's like, you know what? My neck hurt. Fuck you, dude. And Larry
Man.
laid down.
I'm not mad at it.
But he was legit hurt. He went to the hospital, and the doctor did give, Larry had like a pinch nerve, and it resulted in a bulging disc. So he wound up with some legit health issues. Now Larry could have walked out, but Larry let the
Oh,
stretchers
yeah.
come get him. As a precaution.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get no more money out of this guy.
Nah.
It's a precaution.
Nah, bro.
It's
I
no-
don't blame him.
And so the Rangers wound up cutting Larry a check, and he had to sign an NDA. I don't know how much the money was for, but all I know is Larry retired that year
No way.
from being a longtime cameraman.
Good for
Shout
Larry.
out to Larry.
Good job, Larry.
Stephen Tejeda is in the building. $9.99. Thank you, Steve. Hey, fellas, great show as always. My wife and I just donated to John
Thank you.
and registered a San Antonio Fire Department team up for the barbecue. Thank you, Stephen. We always have our fire guys out there
Yeah.
every year. Thank you, homie. I wish we'd have 10 fire guys out there. The boys and I are excited to participate and help raise some funds for the kiddos. Thank you, Big
Thank
Steve.
you, Steve.
Shout out to all of
Thanks for donating to
SAFD's
John.
finest. Appreciate y'all, you boys at San Antonio.
Shout
Fire.
out to the fire department for having to go get an old lady's cat.
Yeah, and by the way, don't be getting. You damn right. I would lay down if a celebrity hit me. Don't. I'm gonna get pushback on that.
You are.
Hey, these motherfuckers got more money than Davy Crockett. Don't push people. And word to the wise: if this show becomes super famous like Pat McAfee or somebody, don't put hands on people because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Rudy's going to be on TV with a sad look on his face, having to cut folks checks.
Yeah.
We
No,
don't want. We don't want that.
I got goons. I don't touch anybody.
You got goons.
I got goons.
Okay.
My goons got goons. So I'll never have to touch anybody. We good. If y'all got Jose, you got any problems, let me know. We
All
won't do
right.
any of it over via text message, though.
Thank you. I've got a lot of problems.
All right.
All right.
Couple of housekeeping items
What we got?
here. Make sure you watch them Baseline Bums.
They've been texting us this morning. They'll be in town. They were trying to figure out where we're going to be Saturday. I told them we'd be down there around 1. They're getting down there like 9 a.m. They're from
Correct.
out of town. I don't blame them. I told them we'd get there around 1, meet
Yes,
up.
sir. What else? Watch us on demand. You can watch us on our own YouTube channel anytime you want to. However, we want you to support our partners, and we have partnered up with Anthem TV. That is a local app based in San Antonio, Texas. Watch us on demand on the Anthem TV app last night. And what's cool about the Anthem app, it's like a television app, like any other ones. It's got a cool logo. I love that logo. But last night, in a tribute to the great Val Kilmer, who passed away, they ran Top Gun Maverick.
Nice.
You know, Val makes that cameo in Top Gun Maverick.
I wasn't crazy about that.
You know
cameo.
what? But it was
I appreciated it, though.
no. I thought it was awesome. No,
I
but
just
know
hated
what you
seeing him
mean.
down like
It
that.
does suck to see Iceman all sick.
And
like
then to come to find out, they said he hadn't been out of bed in years.
2 years. It was all they could do to get him out of bed to do the cameo with Tom. It was great. It was
That's
great.
a tough way to go.
Yeah, it sucks.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, he'd been sick for 4 or 5 years. And by the way, that cameo was filmed in what? I mean, that movie came out in 22, Maverick. So they probably filmed it in 21.
Yeah, if that.
So he was that bad off in 2021. Imagine how bad Val had gotten the last couple of years. So anyway, and not to bring the room down with Val Kilmer talk, but they played Top Gun Maverick last night on the Anthem TV app. So like, share, and comment on our page. Watch us on demand anytime you want on the Anthem TV app. Also, for you soccer players, San Antonio City Soccer, another one of our partners, they've got a placement camp coming up next month, May the 6th through May the 8th for the girls. The boys go May the 12th through the 14th. If you have a kid that's a soccer player born between 2007 and 2015, they have placement events. And I didn't know what a placement event was. It's not a tryout because they don't cut people. They take you, they take a look at your skills, and they place you in one of their many leagues at SA City Soccer that matches your kid's skill level. Pretty cool. I love that.
Love it.
That's
I've
good.
already told my 6-year-old she's going.
Oh, really?
She ain't got no choice.
Oh, reach out to my boys then.
Yeah, she got no choice. She's
Okay,
going.
cool. All right, cool. Very good. Shout out to San Antonio City Soccer Club, the official youth soccer club up in the building. Reach out to San Antonio City Soccer. And with all these things that we promote and all of our partners, reach out to us because I can give you the direct numbers on these folks, or look into it yourself and make sure that you call the right folks and mention us, of course. Matt Bernard's in here. It was Larry Rodriguez. Okay, my bad. I guess I didn't know him as well as I acted.
You said the guy that works for KSAT.
I call him Hernandez and I call him Ramirez.
I think Larry Ramirez is the guy for KSAT.
I got my
It's
Mexicanos
all
named
good.
Larry mixed up. I haven't seen Larry. Yeah, you're right. It's Larry Rodriguez. Thank you for looking that up and setting me straight. I hadn't seen Larry in over 20 years.
Yeah.
He retired. He
You
was
had the
gone. He was off the
you had
grid.
the Ez right. You had the EZ right.
It was Larry
That was
Ez,
it.
Larry
Yeah.
Mescanez.
There you go.
Look, the reason I hadn't seen him in so long is because he was gone.
He
Bye. Cha-ching.
Got a good check from Kenny.
Flew away. Who knows
I
where he
remember my
went.
wife was mad at me. In 2021,
Yeah.
a oil truck
Oh,
backed into me.
really?
But only thing he did, he only hurt the front of my car.
Oh,
like it wasn't
dude.
like it was a standard.
Yeah.
So on the standard, it was a small hill. So if you ever driven standard, for you men's men like me that can drive standard, when you're on that hill, it kind of rolls back a bit. Yeah, I know you can't drive a standard, Jose. It rolls back a bit. So when he's trying to get out of first, well, boom, he hits me. And I followed him, got his license plate, called the company that was on the truck.
Yes, sir.
They were freaking out.
Cool.
They thought that I was like about to play dead or whatever. I was
Mhm.
like, bro, because at that time I had one of my live spots was an injury lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I have a injury lawyer. I do radio. I
Yeah.
know how this game works.
Oh, man.
I was like, I don't want anything. I'm like, I'm not hurt. I was like, just fix my car. like, okay, well, I'm gonna tape you saying this. Like they were freaking out. They thought for sure that I was gonna, and my wife was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no shit.
don't
What
you
the
just
fuck, dude?
Dude, like it literally had like a dent this big, and I'm gonna play dead.
Rudy, if I were you, I would have been like Tracy Morgan in the
I-
Walmart wreck.
I couldn't
Can't
do that. I was like, dude, just fix my car.
I would
please.
have had Nina run over my foot with our own car. Showed up a
I
Crystal
couldn't do it. I feel like that type of shit comes back to you. Like if I would have got it,
No,
like
no, I'm kidding.
you know, no, I know you are. But my wife was pissed at me that I didn't play dead. She's like, "Why didn't you like this? Is oil?" It was like one of those big oil
Do
companies.
you not love your daughter?
Dude, those people called me 5-6 times, Mike. Like,
Damn
you're
right
sure
they
you're
did.
okay? You're okay. You're
Yeah.
telling us you're okay. We're gonna record you saying you're okay.
Right.
I'm like, I'm okay. Fix my car,
Wow.
bro.
You know why? Because a lot of these small trucking companies, and I know I've got buddies who've ran trucking
Yeah.
companies. It takes one accident can wipe you out of business forever. One dumbass driver.
Really?
One idiot, not paying attention, or he's had 2
Fell
beers,
asleep
falls
because you're on the
asleep.
road so long.
Your
yeah.
company, you're done. Your company's over. You're done.
Yeah,
You're
my injury lawyer at the time, my buddy got hit by an 18-wheeler that fell asleep.
Mhm.
Got my buddy $800K.
Damn. See, and if it's warranted,
And they were fine. They walked away.
No, if it's fine, if it's warranted, fine. Well, I'm saying I will take advantage of a celebrity.
Oh, in
not
a heartbeat.
some small business owner. I'm not going to do that.
In a heartbeat.
But yeah, if I get kicked in the balls by Victor Wembanyama,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Wemby.
Wemby, I'm getting paid.
I love Wemby, but we're going to be good buddies because he's going to
Absolutely.
be writing me a check. He's going to know my Venmo for sure. I'd tell Wemby, you know what? We don't have to go to the news. Nothing. Let me hook
Let's
you.
do it on the side. I
Give me-
won't
give me
even
my
I won't
Venmo.
even bring it to the public. Just
Yeah,
cut me a
let
check.
Get you my Venmo.
Yeah.
See you at the game. Go Wemby. Go Spurs. Whatever.
Let me get 200-300 grand.
All right. I always forget to mention you can listen to this show. I've gotten so used to us being televised on the YouTube channel or Anthem TV. You can listen to us as part of the Believe Podcast Network every day as well. Thank you to our buddies out in Believe, Los Angeles, California-based company. Me and Rudy doing business with LA-based companies these
Got a
days.
nice little check on the way.
Yeah. So I found out
Appreciate you, Believe.
they pay quarterly. So
Yeah.
we're going to get a nice fat check every 4 months.
Thank you, Believe.
Or I guess every 3 months. That's
Yeah.
good. Thank you, Believe. Yeah. So our Spotify page, Apple, iTunes, iHeart, all that stuff's being. We got people that are in charge of that kind of force. It's the Believe Podcast Network, and I appreciate them. Also, if you're just a cheap bastard and you don't want to support our show the proper way, you can watch us every day live on X and on Facebook because we stream to our social media too. We don't make shit on that, but that's okay. We're men of the people, Rudy.
Yes.
We're men of the people.
We want to provide and find any way possible for you guys to
Indeed.
find a way to look at our handsome faces.
Absolutely. Let's do some punching, shall we? It is
Let's punch
time
somebody.
for people that want
You
to
got
punch.
my picture, Jose?
Presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. You bet your ass we know lawyers.
Yeah, we know plenty of them.
Absolutely, we do. Today, Rudy J, who are you punching and why?
I'm going to punch the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, Mr. Mark Davis. And I'll wait for Jose. This fool.
Oh, no, not another one.
No, this fool says his 26-year-old girlfriend didn't know he was a billionaire. She was just attracted to his beautiful smile.
Yeah, and that haircut. Women
So
love a
his-
good haircut.
So his 43-year younger girlfriend had no clue that this dude was a billionaire. She was just like, hey, that's him. That's the guy. Punch Mark Davis
Dang.
for actually believing.
He don't believe it.
You don't think you call him bullshit?
He's just being defensive.
You think he's being
He
sarcastic?
needs to take a page.
Do you think
from Bob
billionaires
Kraft.
don't care that women want them for money?
No, Bob Kraft don't. Bill Belichick does not care. He ain't a billionaire, but he don't give a shit.
Did you see Bill Belichick's girlfriend the other day wearing a 28-3 shirt with Belichick selfie?
No, I did not.
Trolling the
That's
Falcons?
funny as
Yeah.
shit, though.
Yeah,
That's funny.
It was actually on March 28th because it was 3 to 28. So they took a
Again,
picture. But yeah, so Mark Davis thinks that young lady
jeez.
likes him for him.
I'm
So-
going to say something. You're not going to believe me.
Okay.
You're not going to believe me. I don't want to be with a girl who does that. I don't care if she looks like that. A girl that posts a half-naked selfie.
What's half naked? She had on a
That.
crop. Put the picture back up.
Well,
that
look how
was a crop
she's
top.
posing.
That
Look
was a
how
crop
she's
top,
posing.
Mike.
I'm not interested.
What's the difference
in a
between
woman.
that and the bathing suit?
And I'm also not interested in a woman who's interested in a man like Mark Davis.
Oh no, now that no.
For all the wrong reasons. No, that's bullshit. Look at her. That's dumb.
There's nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
not dating a girl who does that. I'm not doing that
Why?
because I think it's because it sets because I like women.
I like
respect
women
them.
empowerment.
That's
She's
not-
happy for her
That ain't
work.
empowering.
That's her. Like, hey, I eat right and I'm in the gym. I want to show you.
Look how she got her head all cocked
Mike,
over.
I seen your nipples 100 times.
Oh, you can see them again right
See?
now.
See?
Yeah, but
Oh my God.
You ain't we're not gonna
Hey,
date. You're not gonna date
I
me.
just realized we don't need no lights in here if you do your shit.
If I go shirtless every day, we don't need
no
lights.
lights.
God damn.
Yeah, I got to punch
You
Mark
know
for
what
that.
though? I'm not hating on Mark
No,
Davis.
I know you're not.
I feel your punch, but I mean, I agree. But look at him. But look at his face.
Look at his haircut.
Imagine him naked now. He looks like a rotten ass baked potato with all the fixings, the bacon and the chives and everything sticking out. He's like a jack-o'-lantern. He takes his shirt off and shit just goes,
Like, what do
boing,
these,
goes
like,
everywhere.
when you're dating that?
Yeah,
What do you have to do? Where do you have to go mentally to mount him?
that new Prada purse you're about to get with his credit card,
Like, what do you
that
have?
car,
Where do you have to go? Do you
that
get,
apartment.
do you get fucked up and do a line of coke? Like, seriously?
Probably, yeah. He probably wants her to get into it, baby. Do some blow. Let's get drunk on some wine, and go to business on me. I don't care. You picture Lenny Kravitz while we're fucking. As long as you fucking me, let's do it. This old man don't give a shit. It's preserving his life. I don't know if he's gonna live longer, but I bet his quality of life's better because that's what floats his boat. I would not be with a woman who did that. I just wouldn't.
She's 43 years
I
younger.
like powerful women. You're right, but my version of a strong woman
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not that. Not trying to be all hype. I'm with you on the punch.
No.
I
We're
could
agree
never
on the
do that
punch.
shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I want to be with a confident ass woman that doesn't have to do that to show her confidence.
I hear you.
All right, I guess maybe I sound like an uncle, but I don't give a shit. All right, who am I punching today? So many punches, so many people that deserve to get punched. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna punch Adam Silver again, the NBA commissioner.
Damn, you've been on my guy.
You know how many guys in the league have done the boom, 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 shoot them up? with
Oh,
their hands?
this is a good punch.
Come
Stan.
on, man. Come on.
And not only that, didn't the governor of that state send out Christmas cards with his whole family, kids included, holding guns?
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want
But
to hear
I'm not
any.
backing that, Rudy.
No, I'm not saying back that. What I'm saying
was
is
dumb.
like, oh, the NBA is investigating John Morant, and I guess obviously it's because he's had gun issues. The gun at the club,
Of course.
the gun on the Instagram Live.
Yes.
But this is okay. Let's say you want to find him, cool. But to say y'all are investigating it is stupid.
Let me get some context real quick.
Yeah, give it to him.
So last night, John Morant,
Well, 2 nights ago, but yeah,
against the Warriors a couple nights ago, he holds his hands up like he's got a shotgun, and he's shooting the Warriors bench. Okay, he of all people should know better than to do that, right? Because of his recent history.
right.
But all of a sudden now the NBA is looking into it. What the fuck you need to look into? You
Dude.
saw what he did, but dudes do this shit all the time. Outlaw the shoot 'em up hand gesture in all games, but you wait till John Morant does it. Now you're investigating. Guys
just-
have been doing this all season. That's my
I
problem.
just hate how we get mad at. We pick and choose when we're mad about guns. We love guns in this country. Anytime someone even brings up gun
Right, of
control,
course.
people are like, "No, you can't take my guns. No, you can't do it. No, I won't stand for it. I won't stand for you touching my." Nobody
Right.
said we're going to take your gun, sir. We just said we're going to look into control.
Right.
But John Morant has a couple guns on him. Now it's a problem. That's my point. And
Bingo.
it is a stupid
Bingo.
investigation. You got other things to do.
That's right. Like, get your ratings up. That's it. John Morant's one of the few American badasses we have. All the other best players in the league are Europeans. That'll bother me, but it does impact the American audience.
Right.
It does. It does. We need more American-born superstars. And maybe Cooper Flag is the next one. Had to
He
get
is in
my
town.
Cooper Flag reference.
I saw David Robinson chilling with the Dukies yesterday. Obviously, his son went to Duke, so
Yeah.
goes to Duke. But
And they went up and they had their
Where'd they
practice
practice at?
at the Rock.
oh, they practice that. They
Yeah.
let. Well, oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
Now,
oh,
hold on now. What the fuck?
We're out of time. See y'all tomorrow.
Whoa, we're not. Did they let Houston?
I don't know.
Did they let?
They're Dukes at the Rock. Houston's over here on the playground by Brack Park.
Hey, Cooper, how you doing? This is Victor Wembanyama. This is Stephen Castle.
We're gonna
Nice
find
to meet
out.
you.
We're gonna find out some Houston Coug tweaked an ankle on the outdoor playground at Brack Park while they practice. I'm sure they're gonna let all the guys go over there. I think.
Why if let's say the Wizards get number 1,
Yeah.
and they say, hey, we'll give you Cooper for Wemby.
Oh, you know, he ain't doing that. No,
You
no.
wouldn't?
No. No. I love Cooper Flag. I can get
I
rid
would.
of Wemby.
I would.
You know what? That's a segue to tomorrow's conversation.
I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Okay, there's your conversation for tomorrow afternoon. All right, that's it. We're done. Rudy's trying to go race card again.
No, I'm not. I just said I wanted the white guy.
Oh, but you just said, oh, Duke gets to go to the
Duke
Raw.
gets to go to Raw because hey, Cooper, just in case, you ever want to come down here to the nice
Foreshadowing.
practice
Look how
facility.
nice it is here.
Yeah, like, hey, yeah, you get
All right.
sushi.
That's it. We're done.
Champagne.
I love y'all very much. Y'all keep watching the show. Like it. Hit like. And keep commenting after the show's over. That also puts us in the algorithm, apparently. All right.
Look, they got Arbor
Boom.
practicing at St.
Boom.
Mary's, bro.
Buddy.
Come on, dog.
Hey, listen, they flipped the coin, Rudy. They drew names out of a
Duke
hat.
gets the rock. Yo, we got to talk about this shit tomorrow.
Go Duke. Go Duke. All right. That's it. We're done. Bye, y'all.
Anthem TV, a free streaming digital community. With a click of a mouse or a tap on your phone, you have instant access to free TV shows, movies on demand, music, pay-per-view events, and so much more. Download Anthem TV on your smartphone, smart TV, or any streaming device and enjoy instant access. Subscribe and download Anthem TV today.